Hey.
You don't want this. Get out of here.
I'll get addicted to it or something?
It's not habit forming.
It's not gonna make me want to have sex, is it?
It makes sex even better. You don't want it.
I think I kind of want it.
Hey everyone, this is Shanik with Server 196 in the Wars Alliance. And I'm going to read the Canyon Clash basic rules to you. Got a lot of times I feel like people play Canyon Clash, but they never really took the time to read this stuff. So I figured we'll go over it. Might be a good little video for everyone. Alright. An adventure team has discovered a pre-apocalypse energy base hidden in a treacherous canyon. As word spreads, alliances from all corners of the world mobilize their elite forces to seize it. A fierce battle is about to erupt in the canyon. So the gameplay goes like this. The two matched alliances will enter the canyon to engage in battle. On the battlefield, your units will not perish, and all injured units will recover for free after the battle ends. A free teleporting chance is available every 3 minutes on the battlefield, with no need for all troops to return to headquarters. Initial or sustained occupation of buildings will contribute to the alliance's points, and the alliance with the higher points at the end of the battle wins. Capturing buildings, beating opposing survivors, and gathering stones will earn personal points. Also, escorting energy cells to the Alliance beacon will reward massive Alliance and personal points. Number 7. Defeating the Canyon Captain grants buffs to all allied members. Number 8. After the battle period ends, the side with the higher alliance points will claim victory. Survivors will receive generous rewards based on personal points and the alliance's outcome. There is a schedule, and let's go over how that works. Phase overview. Voting is open from Mondays to Tuesdays, with Wednesdays for registration. Thursdays for matchmaking, and Friday is for combat. Alliances ranked in the top 20 by power and population reaching 40 can register for the event. The alliance leader and R4 members can register for the alliance. Survivors must have been in the alliance for at least 24 hours to participate in the event. An alliance must have at least 15 registers to join the matchmaking. Now we'll move on to participants. The alliance leader and the R4 members that can select starters, substitutes, and commanders on the participants' interface. There can be 20 starters, 30 substitutes, and 2 commanders. Members who have been offline for over 5 days are ineligible for battle or reserve selection. Only starters and substitutes can serve as commanders. Starters can enter the battlefield during the prep phase. If there are absent starters, then substitutes can enter the battlefield when the combat begins. When entering the battlefield, survivors must ensure that all troops are back to the headquarters with deployable units carried. So that's a really good point right there that I think I would go back over number 2 personally. Um, if there are absent starters, that's when substitutes can enter the battlefield, but only once combat begins. So if you're a starter, you want to enter the battlefield before the actual fight begins, or the 30 people waiting that are basically holding off as substitutes are going to have full access to take your spot. So if you're a starter, you want to get in the battlefield before the battle begins. Survivors must ensure that all troops are back to headquarters. This is something that has messed quite a few people up, including myself. There was a time where I was a starter and I had to pull, or I thought I had all my troops back at my headquarters. And when I went to go enter 5 minutes before the actual battle began, it said I had troops outside. And I went and looked, and apparently I had a troop that somehow was 8 minutes away. Worst case scenario. So I had to pull it back, and I ended up missing out on that particular canyon clash. Don't be like me. Alright. Battle start. Prep phase. Starters enter the battlefield and wait for combat to begin. Number 2. Battle phase. Phase 1. Field hospital and water refinery are accessible. Capturing them grants battlefield buffs, alliance points, and personal points. So these are good targets during phase 1. Capturing quarry earns additional personal points. That's the beginning of the game. Then you have phase 2. The canyon captain spawns. The alliance that deals the higher damage to the canyon captain gains powerful battlefield buffs after defeating it. This is a very important thing. If you aren't going after the canyon captain, you're going to lose. Phase 3, military base opens. Capturing the military base grants many alliance points and personal points, as well as boosting your side's strength. And then the final phase is phase 4. The energy station in the center of the map generates an energy cell. You need to capture that energy cell. So you must get troops to grab the energy cell and take it back to your alliance beacon. And that will instantly grant you massive battlefield points. Just so you know, the points that it gives you is 100,000 points, which is quite a bit. It's a very substantial game-changing amount of points for this game. 3. When the battle is over, the alliance with the higher battlefield points wins. Pretty basic. 4. Injury treatment. Injuries from the canyon clash will automatically heal after the battle ends. 5. Reward distribution. Both personal, and Alliance rewards will be sent via mail after the event. 6. Commander System. Commanders can be assigned during the registration phase and allow for adjustments before the battlefield becomes accessible. Once accessible, commanders can only be adjusted inside the battlefield. Commanders can group the participants. Commanders can issue commands on the battlefield and guide actions. Only R4 and R4s and R5 can change commander assignment. Alright, so that's an important role. If you're a commander, you need to know what the best option for your group to attack or to go after. Like, what is the best thing for them to be doing at that moment, and guide and lead them to that end. So you gotta think on your feet when you're the commander. Now, there's some pictures here, and they're a little bit different in size when you're actually in the map. But this is your Alliance beacon. And each Alliance has one. It's in the very back corner of your territory of where you started at. So the only time it really comes into play is when you have the energy cell, which looks like this. It is kind of big when you drop it, but when you're carrying it, it looks small on the icon. When you go to carry it, there's a little icon, or when you go to grab it, there's an icon, and it has a hand symbol, and it says obtain. You want to click on that, zoom in, and click on it, and grab. And then immediately once you have the cell, you want to start heading immediately toward your Alliance beacon. You don't want to dilly-dally at all. The farther you can get it toward your side of the map, the better you're going to be. The energy cell spawns at the energy station, which is at the very center of the map. The energy cell output time is 20 minutes. The whole entire clash is 40 minutes. So this gets released at approximately the midway point. As you can see, it's worth 100,000 points and 10,000 personal points. The highest building that you can take as far as points go is the military base. Those are high priority targets, and you want to send your strongest members to get those. The next in line would be the field hospital. Any field hospital is very important. You can see it gives you healing speed boosts. It makes it so it quickens battlefield healing, and it lessens the battlefield healing cost. Now let's go down. We got water refinery. Grant outgoing battlefield opponent or points upon capture. These are available in the beginning of the game, and they are the more they are worth more. So you definitely would want to go for these over the quarry. Quarries are like, if you're there, grab them, kind of thing. All right. Crush enemy units. On the battlefield, gain battlefield points for every 10,000 power worth of enemy troops you beat. That's pretty good. And this is the important part I was talking about earlier, is your canyon captain. Canyon captain is really important, and he pops up 3 times during the whole match. The first time that he pops up, if your alliance does the most damage to him, you all will receive a march speed that is increased by plus 50%. Second time he pops up, the battlefield alliance point yield goes up plus 50%. The march speed is really important for getting the cell to your base or to your beacon. If you have the march speed boost, you can get back to your base quite a bit quicker than the other team can, which is a very substantial benefit. A battlefield alliance point yield up by plus 50% is also really good. If you're in the hole on points because you haven't been doing well and you end up getting this, it will definitely help equalize things, especially if you end up getting the cell. And then finally, the battlefield damage dealt up plus 40%. Obviously, that's going to be fun. That's going to be good all around. Because if you kill 10,000 power worth of enemy troops, you will get more individual points. Let's go to the rewards section here. They're actually pretty good. So, if your alliance wins, everybody in the alliance will get all of these things. A gold decoration chest, 300 orange skill books, 300 diamonds, 10 hours of construction buff, and wood and food chests. If you lose, you get a purple decoration chest and less of everything. So that's that. Now, personal rewards. Members of the winning alliance that entered the battlefield will get the following rewards. They can get a level 4 random component box. That's pretty good. Component boxes are kind of hard to come by. We do get blue ones quite frequently, but purple ones are rare. So that's something to fight for. All right. And I believe that is everything that was in the rules for Canyon Clash. You can see capture buildings, earn alliance points. Canyon captains will appear at the 5th, 15th, and 25th minute since the start of the match. The alliance that deals the highest damage gains powerful buffs when the captain is defeated. And then you can see this is a great example of what the energy cell looks like when a destroyer is carrying it back to their base at the 20-minute mark. So yeah, I hope that this video helps somebody. It looks like we went over pretty much everything. I think that we did go over how your troops do come back, so they do not perish and they auto recover after the battlefield. This is really cool and important to think about while you're in there, because it will help you kind of, I think, play more aggressively. You want to be smart, but you also want to understand you're only in there for 40 minutes. And if you have enough troops, which I highly recommend you go into the battlefield with as many troops as possible, then you won't lose them. You can basically practice your battling skills. Also, please do note in the beginning of the rules that we started talking about, there was a note in there about how you were able to teleport every 3 minutes, even if you have troops outside. That's very important. Always keep that in mind. It wasn't always that way, but it is now, and you should definitely think about that when you're playing and utilize it to your advantage. Alright. I think I'm going to be done for now. Looks like we're got 18 hours before I gotta be in Candy Clash myself. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.